Good morning, King of Avalon. This is night 10. Coming to you with a couple items here. One is a third version of that chart for the base Flamebringer Zero. The other will be a comparison of Deathseeker +5 and Flamebringer Zero. So I know that's may not be the type of comparison that you're looking for, but I'm quite sure that many of you low spenders, free to play, are Deathseeker +5, but are considering Flamebringer Zero. And so just a note, again, as always, costs change all the time. As you know, Deathseeker was once the hot item. Now it's quite easy to get for free. So everything I'm saying, take with a grain of salt and keep it in time context. So first comment, and from Brandon, thanks a lot. As always, thanks to each of you that always comment. I love it. It's like a interactive forum. It's giving an opportunity to some of you to be able to comment and help others players in this game. So Brandon, thanks a lot. He did note one slight error again in my revised chart. There's a lot of calculations and moving parts that go into this, so I appreciate your help. So he did note that the $10 Flamebringer packs come with 4 chests. So originally when I had done this, when you look under the here for the Sarah side, I had only had 700 and I left out the ×4. So ×4 for each of the items give you 70,000 of Saracite, Anohide, Pine, and Bronze if you buy 25 packs. So that didn't bring down the cost of the Flamebringer scroll packs that you needed, but what it did do was reduce the cost that would be associated for the basic materials needed. Before, in my second version, I had 16,000 each type times 16 packs. So with this update of ×4 for here, it is reduced by 3 packs. So you're gonna need 13 extra packs. And again, it's I didn't go through the daily deals, so there are probably more cost-efficient ways to get these materials, and in fact all items. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying that what I'm showing here in this chart is the best way and the only way. I just wanted to get a baseline for each of you, assuming you did buy from the packs, and assuming, again, as I mentioned many times, you start from 0. Of course, there's going to be a lot of residual, passive items that you get through in-game play and through the daily deals. So again, your total cost was now reduced by about 30 bucks. So approximate cost for base level Flamebringer Zero is $9.20. But there are a lot of comments from other viewers that might be helpful for those of you that have not yet achieved FB0. I got FB0 before all the daily deals, and so yeah. But anyhow, for those of you that don't have it and are thinking about FB0 or Flamebringer, consider these comments. Aaron, thanks a lot. A lot of you were commenting on the daily deals, and if you look here, if you do 4 equipment daily deals, all of them, that's 125, you end up 600 FB scroll frags, 144 rare mats, 172,000 regular mats each, and at least 20 million steel. So something to consider. Aaron, thanks a lot for your comment. So perhaps the daily deals might be a better option. And of course, from Mammon here, thanks a lot for your comment. And this is kind of like the counter balance to the daily deal argument. Daily deal can be about 5 times. So 30 times 5, 30 times 5 equals 150 frags of FB scrolls. However, 30 frags cost 20 bucks from daily versus 24 to 32 frags from the $10 normal deal. In my opinion, the daily deal is absolutely BS. It only has a bit of dragon essence, which is, and then continued. But so 2 things here. Again, the base level $10 Flamebringer packs don't have the essence, and you're gonna need dragon essence to upgrade. So I think depending on where you are and what you have of each item, either comments from either Mammon or Aaron might be appropriate to you. This is certainly not a one-size-fits-all. Each of you are at different levels, and whether it's this, again, the purpose of me showing you this was really just to provide a baseline, give you a general idea. of what you're needing, and then daily deals. Some really like it, some consider it maybe not the most cost-efficient way. So again, as always, thanks for your comments and feedback. And so as you know, I'm trying to push towards 1,000 subs. Please share this video, like, subscribe if you already haven't. You know, for those of you that have subscribed recently, thanks so much. My plan is to, if I do reach 1,000 subs, I'll probably do a little giveaway, nothing crazy, you know, maybe number of $5 cards or something like that, and maybe some grand prize of $10, but a number of them. And it's not going to be much, it's just for fun and just my small way of showing appreciation to each of you. Now, I did have a request, and this is what I actually did when I first thought about FB0 when I had DS5. And I never got Ice Lord 5. I went to about Ice Lord 3. So a lot of this data is coming from people that they gave me that had Ice Lord 5. But I did have DS5, and I remember way back when I was looking at, should I do DS at Flamebringer 0 or not? But just to give you a heads up, obviously, I think you know, it's a big decision. Be wise about how you deconstruct or dismantle your base equipment, and ensure that you have enough to create the base level of the new equipment that you're going to have. But I'd like to show you a chart. And so this was a Deathseeker +5 versus Flamebringer 0. Move that little dot out of the way. And so let's look at this here. What I did was I broke down, and there's actually another screen here. So it's kind of a huge Excel file, big Excel file in terms of the number of columns. So you look here at the top, you have DS, and then you have the Flamebringer at the bottom, and the last row of the DS shows resonance. The last row of Flamebringer shows a Smith's mark, and I mentioned this in my other video. But basically, other than the power and the buffs that you get for the different, you know, the attacks and siege and infantry, cavalry, etc., etc., the key difference in when you create or form the equipment is for Deathseeker, you have resonance. Same with Ice Lord, resonance buffs. And those resonance buffs give you power increases in your troop attack, troop defense, troop health. For the Flamebringer, Smith's mark is a key thing, and you don't need to upgrade. If you just get all Flamebringer 0, you're gonna get buffs on your damage stats. Now, as I mentioned before, key thing is your Flamebringer equipment has no damage stats. In order for you to activate your damage stats, you need to have all 6 pieces. And I'm going to show you something quite startling when I first looked at this. But in resonance for the Deathseeker Ice Lord, each level 1, 3, and 5, you're going to get an increase of either what was it, 50%, 100%, or 200%. Up to 3 times up to 200% on your troop stats. So in order for you to improve your resonance for the Deathseeker, you had to upgrade your equipment. So let's look here. Let's do a comparison. Siege attack, basically, base level Flamebringer gives you more than your Deathseeker. So all across the board, if you do have Flamebringer 0, it looks like you might be getting more benefits from the Flamebringer 0. And again, some of you that are really detailed, numbers oriented, look at my chart, see if this is true. But from what I calculated, you will benefit by having FB0 versus DS5 on many levels. But this is where it gets really kind of surprising. For your damage stats, if you look here, the siege damage received, if you have DS5, you're going to be getting 40.5%. 40.5%. And when you activate the Smith's mark, all Flamebringer +0, you get 40.5%. Cav damage received. Bowman damage received. It's the same. So basically, if you dismantle DS5 and you activate your Flamebringer 0, you're not getting any more damage stats. You're back to even. That's really, really important to understand. I thought that if you did Flamebringer 0, your damage stats would be enhanced at least a little bit more than your Deathseeker, but no, it's not. Let's look at the second part of the chart. Bowman damage, same. Infantry damage received. Army damage received. Army damage, the same. Now, maybe my numbers are wrong, but I did this chart a while ago. So, but in terms of all the other stats, it does look like your base level FP0 is better than your DS5 in terms of the other buffs and stats for equipment. However, keep in mind your damage stance, there is no improvement. So again, with Smith's Mark, whether you have FP0, FP1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there is no further enhancement on your Smith's Mark. That's very important to keep in mind. So again, I know that many of you may be DS5 and especially free-to-play players and may be contemplating. But if you've been playing the game at any level, you probably have most of the items needed, other than maybe the Flamebringer scrolls. So it might be worthwhile for you to evaluate, is FP0 possible? And it might be. But again, I would literally create an Excel chart and look at what the base requirements are for FP0 on the video I put 2 days ago. So I have a chart. In fact, this video has the updated chart of what you need to activate FP0. If you don't care about cost, disregard the numbers and the cost per packs, forget that. Just look at what's needed to create your FP0. Now what I would do is create a chart where what do you have of each item, and you can literally put side by side what is required and what you have. If you subtract the two, you have your gap. Simple, pretty simple. Well, it does take a little time, but it's worth it. If you're gonna really think about dismantling DS5 and create FP0, take the time to evaluate whether that's a good choice. Okay, so all right. So hopefully you found that helpful. I hope all of you have a great day. Please subscribe, like, comment below. As always, your comments are appreciated. I try to reply to every comment. With that, have a great day, and as always, thanks for your support. Bye-bye.